Hey guys, welcome to Ropin Ranch tutorials. This is a part 2 to a video that I have already posted. So I have that other video here linked in the description if you want to go ahead and click on it to see that first video to kind of understand where we are coming from. In the last video, we were using a new template chart that I have created to be able to generate a GP tree to be able to start breeding higher GP. So a lot of the stuff that you will be seeing in this video is all used in that last video, and I'm going to go ahead and get you guys back up to date real quick on what that last video we discussed. So this is the chart that we started filling out last video. You'll notice that the first top 8 horses are going to be both a male and female pair, so we have 4 pairs of horses. Each pair is going to be paired up together, bred, and they're going to get a male and a female. Now, with me using horseshoes, I only had to swap the gender of 2 of these offspring. So if I hadn't, it might have taken more than 8 tries to get a male and a female of both pairs. But now we are starting this video where we have these 8 male and female offsprings of the original pairs, and they have been named with the A, B, C, or D at the end of the name in order to distinguish which pair they came from. All of them have been trained. All of them have had their 10 competitions to increase their conformation. And so now we are going to move on to that next step, which will be that bottom set for the last generation before we pair up again. Now, theoretically, as long as we do the math correctly, if you know the genetic potential of the male-female pairs, the A, B, C, and Ds, then you can then calculate the genetic potential for the bottom section. And you can know which pairs to pair up in order to not have inbred groups and to know which GPs are going to be your highest. So I know for sure I want to be breeding female A and male B, and female B and male A to get the best and highest GP out of all of those groupings. The rest of them are going to be the 419s or the 418s, which I can pair up back to a 420, which will then help us with getting a higher GP down the line. So I want to get my female A, which is Topaz, and my female B, which is why this is so helpful labeling them. So Topaz is going to breed to my male B. So I need to bring my search up more. So that's C. Where's my male B? That's going to be Hunter here. He doesn't have enough energy. Woo! We'll age him up. And now Hunter should have enough energy. Now, we'll only be able to use one of each on the line. Otherwise, you're going to start getting horses again that are going to be inbred. She's going to be one of our first offsprings, and I'm going to keep her as a baby right now because I'm only going to do one in each row for right now. So next is going to be female B, which is Violet, and Violet is going to breed to male A. So male A probably doesn't have enough energy. Let's get some energy in him. Where is he? That sundial. Whoop. Sundial. So yeah, I thought this one was going to be a 419, but it ended up being a 418, which brings us down to a 420 on all of our offsprings. So that's going to be fun. That means that all of these that we're going for are going to be 420. You'll see in my chart here, some of them are at 418. We don't want those because if we get those, then we aren't going to get any of the, we aren't going to get anything. So we got a male here, and I'm gonna name him Stormy, and he's gonna be a 420 because that's what the other one was. Right, okay. So we have a 420 here. Okay, so now we've got two 420 babies. We're gonna move to the next one. So let's do female C and male B. Now that female, or so the offspring that we're about to do with that. So if we do female C to male B, that one cannot breed with cream. So if we get a girl, that's good. If we get a girl, then it'll cross with Stormy. If we get a boy, it can't cross with cream because they're going to be both sharing male B as the parent. So that's when you're going to have to start kind of looking at your chart and figuring out who those parents are going to be. But you're going to also pick on that chart who is going to be that top. So I'm going to do female C, which is Bianca. And our goal is going to create 8. We're going to try to create 8, just like we did before, where those 8 are going to be the next pairs. And then we do two, a female and a male off of all of those again. And that will continue your generation. Now, if you want to add in eventually like another genetic, like another, you want to add in roan, or you want to add in paint, or you want to add in something else, you can start doing that through one of them, and you can add in one at a time per page and try to keep that genetic up high. So we're doing female C to male B. My offspring for most of them is going to be the 419. And then we've got two 418s. We don't want to be breeding those because we want to keep it up high. And we've got the two 420s. So everything else is going to result in a 19. But we're going to want at least some of those 19s to be able to breed with those 20s. So this one, hopefully, will be either a male or this one will hopefully be a female to breed with that male. Is what we're hoping. Let me go ahead and refit these shoes because I did use this one a little bit much. And I'm going to vaccinate since we're in the pasture. No, I don't want to sell Bianca. What is it going to be? It is a female. Okay, so this one I'm going to name Stacy because for some reason Stacy came to my mind. And this one's going to be a 419. Now, theoretically, we already have two 419s. So we've already got Topaz and we've already got Hunter that are the 419. We've got Topaz, Hunter, Sundial. No, sorry. Our B's here I need to rename to fix what I just realized. So this is going to be 418 Violet B. Okay, and this is going to be 418 Hunter B. Just to correct that, and we make sure we're looking at those correct numbers. So Topaz and Sundial are already our 19s. So I'm going to use a piece of paper here as we go because I don't want to be writing on my document and be wrong. So Sundial, which Sundial could technically breed with any of the C and D offsprings without having any issues and without being inbred. So we've got Topaz, and so that would be, horses we don't have to already train, and that's going to be horses we don't have to. So I'm gonna write down Topaz as A. Topaz can breed with any of this last row on my chart, as long as it's not with, yeah, Topaz can breed with female D, male A, or female D, male B. Yes. Yes. Sorry. I was doing it in my brain. So, we'll plan that out. So the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to breed female D with male A. And hope that I get a male. Where's female D? That is... That's Sunny. So we're going to breed Sunny. We're also going to hope that it carries down that Appaloosa markings, because I want to try to keep that inside of my line. And we're going to go to A. So that's Sundial. Now Sundial is Topaz's brother, but because the offspring is going to be the grandfather, it will not be classified as inbreeding, if we can do this correctly. Cool. So this one is going to be breeding to Topaz. So I'm going to name this one Dynamite. And this is going to be a 419. Dynamite. So I've got my first pair. And I've written them down here. So now we need a partner for Sundial. So Sundial is going to need to be having a female offspring, so it's going to have to be bred with not breeding that other one. So we've got Sundial at 419, and so if we look at my chart, we could do female C and male B can breed to Sundial. Now we already have Cream here, who's the 420. We can't do that. Stacy, who's Stacy's parents? B and C. So since Stacy's parents are B and C, Stacy could either breed to Stormy, and I'd already have a pair, so let me write that down. We've got Stormy at 420, and then we're also going to want to involve Cream in our next breeding project, so I'm going to write her down. Cream at 420. And so I'm going to write little male symbols and little female symbols here next to these guys. We're going to go ahead and breed C to B. So Bianca's going to have another baby. And we technically only need 3 more to complete this, to complete our next chart, to make the next page and be able going up in GP again. But if we can keep the GPs relatively close together, they'll all eventually be the same GPs moving up at the same time, and it'll average out correctly. Okay. So we're gonna grab I also want to be breeding Sunny again, because I want to have another maybe 2 of these. So that way I can get some of those appy markings down here. So let's grab Bianca real quick. Bianca's gonna breed. I'm gonna breed Bianca to B. And if we get a male or female, I've got a place for them in the chart already. So this is when the fun part comes in, with you trying to figure out how to do this without getting the breeding messed up. So we're going to breed to Hunter. I may have to buy more moons. She's got worms. She's vaccinated, but she's not dewormed. Okay, I went to the vet office. I didn't want to do that. Deworming. Oh my gosh. I'm moving too fast. But now you know why it's easy to get them all confused unless you put that A, B, C, or D in their name. Okay. I know. So we're getting the skinny message. If we look, her weight is 777 right now. We age up. We get the alert again, but it's moving up, which means that she's been cured. So we just keep going past that number. Okay, so we got a male. So this male, we're gonna partner this male to Sundial, because this one is not going to be related to that generation. So, or no, sorry, Sundial is a male. So we've got a male. We have to partner it with Cream. So this one I'm going to name... Why does the name Gremlin come to my mind? His name is going to be Gremlin. Okay. And he is a 419? He is. Okay. So Gremlin's going to go on our next chart. And just to double, triple check, Gremlin's parents are B and C. And Cream's parents are B and A. Now, they share the same sire, so they will be related. So that's when we start finding the fun times. So Gremlin cannot breed with Cream, but if we flip Gremlin's gender, then Gremlin could breed with Sundial. So let me put in the name, so 419 Gremlin, question mark, which means that we might have to flip this one. We can try another pairing of the same thing, or we can try something else. So I'm gonna do, I said I wanted to do Sunny again, because I really want to be able to try and get some of that, that offspring of having another paint, and Sunny seems to carry a pretty high gene in that. Now I don't have any, I only have LP and 1 patent. So unfortunately I won't be able to get any of those other things other than, or actually I have no patents. I won't be able to get any of the other types of Appaloosa markings unless I get a patent in my gene pool, but I do not have that. So if we breed Sunny, the only time that Sunny is going to get a 419 baby is by breeding with male A or male B. Now, Cream had male B as the parent, right? Yeah. Cream had male B as her parent. So if we do Sunny with male A, then theoretically it could breed with Cream as a offspring. Now we've got two different things. This is an off. So I've got Stormy too, and I've got Sundial on the list. So these, hold on, sorting my things. Okay, so Sundial can breed with any of these offsprings as long as it is not an A offspring. It just has to be a B, a D, or a C. So doing a D to a B, if we get a female, could breed to Sundial. If we get a male, can breed to Cream. So let's do that. Let's do Sunny to the male B. Very complicated, I know. But this is the first algorithm I came up with. If you guys have other algorithms, feel free to share them in a comment, and I would be down to try it. And I never said this was going to be easy, but this is also part of the reason why I did a two-part video, so that the first part video made sense. The second part is where we're going to be like fumbling. It also makes me wonder if we named them, like where their names started with the letter, if it would have helped, but I don't know. So we're going to take Violet, we're going to breed it to Midnight, because that offspring could breed to either or on Sundial or Cream. Why I named my horse Cream, which just makes me even more confused on who it actually is. I don't know. I don't think Hunter has enough energy. Or, I don't think that Midnight has enough energy. Nope. Okay. Refresh this. There's Midnight. Yep, and not related. Because none of these guys are going to be related. Our next thing is going to be the fact that their offsprings will be related. Okay. What is it? It is a male, so this one will breed to Cream. So I'm going to name this one Coffee, and this is going to be a 419, and this is going to be Coffee. So Cream to Coffee, easy, right? That's easy to remember, because D and B and A, that is different parents. So 419 Coffee. Okay, so now the only thing that we have to do is Sundial can technically breed with Gremlin if Gremlin gets a gender swap. And then Stormy, we've got Stormy still here. Stormy can breed with another D and C combo, but D and C combos are going to give us a 418. So we're going to have to do another juggle of hoping that if we breed female B, if we do female B, nope, that's his mom. If we do female A and male D, that can be a match for both Stormy. No, that could only be a match for Stormy. So hopefully that next offspring is a female. So I need to grab female A, which is topaz. Now, I still really want... We'll have only 2 in our next grouping. Can I breed with Sunny anywhere that would give me an offspring for Stormy? So if I do D, if I do D to B, or if I do D to A, both of those will work. So I think I might do Sunny again. Let's do Sunny, and let's do to B. Let's do to Hunter. Come on, give me one with Appaloosa markings. I don't know if that was sick or skinny, so worms. And I just go ahead and do all 3 worms whenever they have worms, because the fecal test is already 200 and it's 300 for all 3, so might as well just get it done. Okay. Oh, we got a really pretty one. And it is a male. So we're gonna have to gender flip 2. We're gonna have to gender flip this one. I'm gonna name this one Blotches. And Blotches is gonna have to be a female. So but at this point, we didn't have to spend more moons breeding 2 more offsprings. We have successfully gotten our pair without having to do 8 babies. We only did 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, now my brain really hurts. Because we're going to do Topaz, which is this A, to Dynamite, right here. Then we're going to do Sundial, right here, to Gremlin, once we gender switch Gremlin. Then we have Stormy, and Stormy is going to go to Blotches once we gender flip Blotches. Stacy is the one. Stacy was the one that we could not breed to anyone. Now, B to C. Stacy could be a partner to Stormy if we wanted. Stacy to Stormy. And we could do Stacy to Stormy and Sundial to Blotches, and that way we can try to get 2 LPs in our gene pool. Yeah, so let's do Stacy to Stormy. And Sundial to Blotches. And that starts over. That starts over your pool again. But, so let me go ahead and do the gender swap real quick. We're gonna do only 1. We only have to do Blotches, which is going to be on page 2. Right here. Okay. So this is Blotches. Blotches is now a female. But I want to note, we went from having a group of 412s, 416s, 417s, and 418s to getting to 419 and 420. So now, if you do it all over again, the next generations, by the time the next page is over, you're going to go from a bunch of 419s and 420s. So now you're only 1 point away from everybody. Divided by 2 plus 2, you're going to get 422s, which are going to be 422s plus 422s divided by 2 plus 2. So at that point, you're going to start moving up real quickly, because then we're going to have 424s and just really start moving up. I'm not sure if you could do this same method with only half of it. So if you did just 2 pairings and then you crisscrossed, you could do that, but you would have to have the horseshoes. And at that point, you wouldn't have 4 pairs. You wouldn't have 4 offsprings, because they would all be genetically related. So honestly, I think this is the best guide to go by, at least that I've created so far. And I want to show a little bit of a suggestion on what you can do to try and continue adding in more genotypes and stuff like that into your batch. So specifically with me, I'm doing Aztecas, which they have to stay 50-50 quarter horse and illusion in order to be qualified as purebred, which is hard, because that means if you add in that paint or anything like that, you're not going to be able to get the 50-50. So you have to breed that out, or you have to figure out a way to breed to another purebred that has that connection already. So here is our next 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's our next 8. If I wanted to add a paint into this mix, I would want to breed that paint to the highest one, and I'd want to try and breed it out to try and get like a purebred offspring. So I'd probably go to my other pasture, where I just had all these duds now that are, not going to be your tops, or they're not going to be what you're going to use for your next gen. But we've got Gremlin is going to be my highest, and Violet or Lily is going to be my highest, at least female. So let's look at Violet for a second. Let's get her baby off of her, and then I'll show you kind of what I would suggest to do if you're trying to add in a new if you're trying to add in, obviously, like roans and stuff like that, you're going to be dealing with the fact of a GP drop, because you might be adding in a genetic that might not be in your line. If you're adding in a new bloodline because you're adding in LP, or you're adding in patent, or you're adding in the Overo-Tovero genes, then you're going to be dealing with a bloodline mix, which will disqualify you from a purebred line. So if you're working on that, and in that sense, I'm just going to go to coffee and click on the mom like this. That's the sire. Okay. If you're doing it that way, and of course I'm going to run out of moons, but I'm only looking at something. Really? I was hoping that was going to be... Come on. Just get me to where I can be. Okay. So if I go to public coverings and I look at a painted Azteca. So first let's look at Aztecas and see if there's any purebred Aztecas that are painted. There is not. So we would have to cross bloodlines. So you'd want to stay with a purebred here, and it's going to take multiple generations to get that paint out of that bloodline. Now, I think it's 5. I think it's 5 generations. Is a insane GP drop, and you have to maintain that gene all the way down that you're trying to carry. I also have in that same pasture, and this is why I held on to, oh my gosh, I keep going to my Azteca pasture instead of the correct one that I'm trying to show you guys in. In this pasture, I've got Chris, who's painted, Blaze, who's painted. I've got Chris and Blaze. Now, Blaze is this 386. 386 is going to drop me significantly down. But if I breed them up a few times, so let's do a 419 plus a 386 divided by 2 plus 2. We're at a 404. Now if I breed that 404 back to a 419 divided by 2 plus 2, we're now at a 414. Then I breed that one to a 419 divided by 2 plus 2. I'm now officially back at 419. So you can get, I could technically breed this one, and that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably breed this one 3 generations to some of those offsets here, because I've got a few. I've got a lot of duds. So I've got 418, 418, 417, and I can get pretty high with different genes to get it up there. And I've got even a 419 here, and I'll probably use that 419 last as just a push to try and get that through. But I would have to switch. I'd probably do Blaze to Lily. And maybe I'll do this during the stream. So I'll show you guys on my next stream how I'm going to do this. I'll end this tutorial because this is the tutorial here. And if you want to watch the stream, you can see how I'm going to bring it up to the next gen. So, thank you for watching. Gonna go edit. Gonna post. Have a nice night, guys.